What is going to happen in Bihar? 40 Lok Sabha constituencies are at stake, and BJP plus JDU are pitted against RJD and Congress. What I can understand and can expect in Bihar is reflected actually. I mean, if you are watching the campaigning and the way the voters are behaving, I will not be surprised if RJD is swept out. It is basically, I mean, if you want try to read the mind of this Yadav family, you will forget every civilized or every shameful. I mean, this is not a family. This is actually a chiriyaghar. There was then animals in an era where dynasty and dynast are on the lips of every child. Far from listening to the protests from the ground, you have almost everyone in the fray. Misa Bhati from Patliputra, Rohini from Chhapra, Tejasvi, of course, is leading, and the Tej Pratap is, I mean, you can see him in and out, but he is there in the saddle, firmly. Yesterday, we saw Rohini Acharya storming in, storming out of a booth, and the way she was booed out by a very vocal local people. Mind you, there were not many. There were not many people there. I have only a handful. But that did not. I mean, something you could not have expected this to happen in Bihar, even a few months ago. But she met with an opposition which is loud, boisterous, unrelenting, and right in her face, blowing right in her face, shouting right in her face, forcing her out. And when she fled away, it was time for celebration. This is the revenge. This is the revenge. People are openly now saying that this is not voting. This is a time for revenge. This family has to be taught a lesson that they cannot step their foot on the ground. If you extrapolate this, I mean, it is not very wise to do this, but I think Rohini Acharya is a sample which can be extrapolated as representative of the rest of the constituencies in Bihar, because she is a typical RJD person who is firmly given the safest seat from where Lalu Gandu had won Lok Sabha elections in past. And she was being projected as a successor just because she had gifted her kidney to an animal who is basically a worse than human etc. Far from human etc. This man Lalu Yadav is not a human being. He is a malmutra of a sewer. That is what I think. That is what I have always seen. He's not a sewer, and you can't compare, because sewer, I mean, the worst kind of animal is a, वो भी इससे अच्छा है. गंदे से the dirtiest and the filthiest human excreta is much better than Lalu Yadav. You cannot compare with anything except like this. So that motherfucker was given a kidney by Rohini Acharya is a excuse for putting Rohini Acharya into a seat from where Rajiv Pratap Rudy had been representing of late. And before, after Lalu Yadav's, you can say, political, you can say, obituary, or since he was sent to jail. Like a thief, he had to go to jail. He's a chore, everybody knows that. So chore had to go to jail. After that, Rajiv Pratap Rudy is represented Chhapra. But now that she has given a kidney, an attempt was made to project her as an afterthought कि भाई sympathy vote मिलेगा. Motherfucker, sympathy vote मिलेगा तुमको. Gandu, what are you? What have you done? What are you? If not an animal, what are you? Just because you don't have a tail, show me your teeth. कितने दांत है देखे? And yesterday one of जितने भी दांत तोड़ दिए गए कल. Okay, so she had to flee. She fled away. She had to flee, leave that polling booth and just get lost. So if this is an example of a typical RJD dynast parachuted right despite the opposition from the ground leaders, she could not face the wrath of the people there. If this is the fate of a high profile, right, the apple of her Lalu Prasad's eyes, then we can imagine the fate of rest of the candidates, including Misa Bharti, who is a perpetual loser. She's a fraud. His entire family is uneducated, illiterate. सब चोर हैं साले. इनको they do not know how to write. They have been graduated from this college, that college. They are all idiots. So we cannot expect anything except Rohini Acharya forfeiting her fate there, and it's very good news, and I can really take the heart from this development, and I can easily extrapolate and draw a conclusion that RJD is swept out. Of course, that means that NDA is going to sweep. Whether that is a good decision for Bihar is a different matter. I will come to that. I'm not very happy I'm not a blind supporter of that kind of people, because I know what the people are there, what the kind of voters are there. Voters in Bihar, voters are also a problem, because there was a time, 20 or 30 years ago, when used to blame that leaders are bad, people are good. Because those days people had some shame in their eyes. If a corrupt person suddenly made some lot of money or become rich, people will still disrespect these kinds of people, will not like them. They do not hold these kinds of people in high esteem, saying openly that even if he has become rich, even if he has made a lot of money, he is corrupt. He is dishonest. So those were the times. Now situation is turned upside down. Every person is busy feasting, snatching, literally pouncing at each other's throat for even a single rupee. They have lost every sense of shame. I'm talking about the people in Bihar, not leaders. Leaders are gone. They have, you can't expect any change there. But when a society becomes corrupt, then each and every person is busy looting, stealing, biting his own feeding hand. Imagine a hand which feeds them, and people are biting that hand. Who can save you? So this is what PK has already been campaigning for, but we don't know what the effect it has on the electorate. But what I'm saying is a first eye witness, first hand account. So now both leaders are already corrupt. Now society also is corrupt. So you cannot know what kind of leaders will come out for NDA or JD. It doesn't matter actually, because they are not going to be much different from RJD folks. They may be a little less bad, but that is very poor consolation for the people in Bihar. I'm talking about Bihar today only, so I'm restricting my discussion to this state only, and I am very much sure that whoever is elected, he is a monster. He will drink the blood of the people, and it is good. People deserve it. People don't deserve better, because they have been elected, they have voted for them, they themselves have voted for these kinds of people. What can you do? What can I do? If they are electing monsters, if they are electing bloodthirsty people, who is to blame? People, voters. So with this, Bihar is back to square one. This election is not going to change. If at all, it will only go down further, deteriorate. They will definitely go down the bottom, and they will not make any difference to anything for next 5 years.